Make sure that's good. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at right here, this is a tool called Instant Domain Search. Thank you so much, Bookie. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. I couldn't have done it without your guys' support, everybody here supporting the channel and building this community that we have together. So I greatly appreciate everybody who ever watched live or watched replay. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. So instant domain search. So the reason I like to use this tool is this is a great way to start searching for domains. So basically what it does is it's designed to, as you're starting to type, it's going to tell you literally letter by letter if a domain has been taken or not. So when we think about flipping domains, so it's not just about coming up with any old domain um, that you have kind of like at the top of your head. I mean, there's definitely some research that kind of goes into it, and some of the tools that we're going to look at a little bit later um, are actually going to go into expired domains, and they're also going to go into domains that have been dropped, meaning like they're no longer valid or they're not being paid for whatever reason from the previous owner. And all of these things, the tools that you see are going to be free to use. Some of them might have some limitations, specifically one called Spamzilla. Um, of course, everybody wants you to pay for the version. They want you to pay for, whatever version, so you could search everything. So that kind of stinks. But we'll go through and we'll get as far as we possibly can. All right, so instant domain search. If you guys haven't seen this before, it is super cool. So as I start typing, you're going to notice the words or the letters are going to change color. So green means good. Green means the domain is available. Red means the domain is taken, and meaning somebody owns it. And blue means the domain is for sale. So let's start typing something obvious, right? So we'll just type in YouTube. So youtube.com, right? So we know obviously that's taken. So that is all red. So youtube.com, if the text is red, then that means that the domain is taken itself. Taken meaning somebody already owns it. So, okay, let's go back to another one here. Let's do something like Google. So obviously Google is taken. Google is taken because it's red, right? So let's type in something generic. So I'll just type in Ryan domain cool. All right, so there we go. So as you can see, as you start typing your letters, typing in the name of a domain that you want to search for, if it's green, it shows up right here. That means the domain is available to purchase. So you can purchase it wherever you like. Doesn't matter wherever you purchase a domain. This tool crawls all of those domain marketplaces. So the reason I like this is because not only is there a web version of this search tool, but there's also a mobile version too. So you can actually download it, and I use it on my iPhone, and I type in like, all right, if I'm thinking about a domain that I want to buy, I type it in letter by letter, and I'll see if it's available or not. So that is super handy, especially if you're out and about, if you're at a restaurant, if you're eating dinner with the fam, whatever you're doing. As you're kind of going through, you can actually pull it up on your phone and you can start typing, and it's going to show the exact same thing here. So as you start typing, green is going to mean that the domain is available. Red means that it's taken, and blue means that it's for sale. So I'm going to pause here for a split second. How you guys doing? So anybody have any questions so far before we kind of dive in into how you actually can make money with this? So if you guys are new here, or if you're just popping in, I really appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, can you double tap the screen for me? We want to try to get the likes up so we can get out, expand the reach of these live streams. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so Bookie says the mobile version has the most amount of people watching it, but doesn't show the second screen, right? Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right, Bookie. So the mobile version is just me talking. Um, so there's 3 different versions of the live stream. So thank you, Bookie, for reminding me. I'm going to actually show you guys that real quick. So we're going to go over here to YouTube. I'll pull up the channel, and I'll show you. I'll show you what this is going to look like here in a minute. So, okay. So, as you can see, there is 3 different versions right here. So, let me make sure we're all looking at the right thing. Yep. Okay. Cool. So the top version right here of the live stream, this is going to say mobile live. So what mobile live is, it means just me talking right here to the camera. There's no other screens, just me talking. The second one down here, how to make $1,000 per day by flipping domains. That is the main live stream where you're going to see my entire desktop and you're going to see my video in the bottom right corner or bottom left corner. And then finally, number three, this one where it says Shorts Live is going to be the video of me on the top and then my desktop on the bottom. So yeah, just kind of a little cheat sheet. Trying to play with some new styles and new formats. You know, we're always about testing around here, so yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. So thank you, Sweetums, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Okay, that's good. All right, so when we think about flipping domains, what does that mean exactly? So in a nutshell, what flipping domains is you're gonna buy a domain for a cheap price and you're gonna sell it for a higher price, basically sell it for a profit. So you know you can go on GoDaddy, right? GoDaddy.com, and you can, like, for example, let's find something. So does anybody have any ideas for a domain, for a domain name? And actually, I'm gonna pop up ChatGPT here too. So let's see what we can do with this. Okay. All right. All right. I thought I had it up here. Okay. Okay. Close this out. All right, so I'm gonna go into ChatGPT, and if you're sitting here and you're thinking, well, I have no idea how to even come up with a name, right? A domain name. So what could somebody even possibly want? So what we're looking for is first we're gonna search ChatGPT. We're gonna write a prompt, and we're gonna say, okay, give me a list of, let's just say maybe 20. So how about let's do it like this. So write me a list of 20 popular domain names that are for sale. High profit. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hey Keeliper, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna say, write me a list of 20 popular domain names that aren't for sale with high profit potential, and let's see what this spits out here. All right, so this is going to give us 20 domains here. Does anybody have any idea, when you look at this list of domains, is there anything that stands out that might be not as enticing as far as like for these domains? Is there anything when you're kind of reading these domains really quickly? Do you guys see anything like just maybe not necessarily the words, maybe something else um, that we can kind of tweak our prompt? We want to make sure that we're very specific about what we're asking ChatGPT to give us. So if you guys see all these domains that ChatGPT gave us that it spit out, they're all three words. So we want to make sure that the domain itself is going to be either one or two words. And the reason is because you really want to have something that's shorter and more easy to remember and rolls off the tongue. So typically one or two words is probably best, and even better if it's an alliteration. So you have two words that are the same letter, basically like the same letter, like pizzaparty.com, something like that. So, yep, Bookie, you're right too. So, yep, they aren't for sale. So these ones are a little bit long. So let's change our prompt a little bit here. Hey, Inner Heart Eyes, how you doing? Yeah, that's great. That's a great suggestion. Yeah. So, Inner Heart Eyes says domain that includes AI in the name. That's a great suggestion. So let's do this. I love that suggestion. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our prompt, and we're going to say, write me a list of 20 popular domain names that are 1 or 2 words long that aren't for sale, and we're going to say and contain AI in the domain. Okay, so we shrunk it down a little bit more. We made the prompt a little more specific. So let's see what this gives us. Write me a list of 20 popular domain names that are 1 or 2 words long that aren't for sale and contain AI in the domain. So let's see how ChatGPT can pick this up. All right, I think we're getting here. We're getting a little bit further. So that was a great suggestion. So let me pop over here real quick. Make sure these are going. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have 20 domain names. They have AI in them, which is a great suggestion, and they are all basically 1 or 2 words here. So what we can do is, just for sake of argument, let's try a couple of these and let's see if these are for sale. So we're going to go back to that first tool, the instant domain search tool. Number 17. Okay, so number 17 is aiquest.com. All right, awesome. Thank you, Enter Hard Eyes. I appreciate that. Appreciate the engagement, the interaction. It's awesome. So number 17. So AI Quest. All right, so aiquest.com looks like it's taken, and not only is it taken, but it's for sale. So it looks like, ChatGPT isn't perfect, but it still gave us this list of. Whoops. Let's do AI Quest. Okay. So Bookie asked, why do you have to type in that aren't for sale? So the reason I put that in there was I wanted to see if ChatGPT, when it was crawling the different domains, if it actually could go through and crawl, like truly crawl domains that are not for that are, sorry, I probably should have put that are for sale, that are not for sale. Sorry. So I wanted to see if ChatGPT could actually go through and find ones that actually were available. So that was kind of the reason. Did I type that wrong? Let's see. Okay, and aren't for sale. So I wanted to see how deep ChatGPT could go as far as going through its prompt. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's not really, ChatGPT is not connected to any kind of domain marketplace per se. So I'm not totally surprised that it gives us some domains that are taken, that are not available. But let's try a couple more. So I'm not too surprised at that part. But I just wanted to see how far we could go. So let's do, how about number 12, AI future. Okay, AI future. All right, so it looks like AI future is taken. That one also is taken. So let's see. We're gonna try. To be completely honest, you guys, I'm pretty sure all these are taken. AI Minds. Let's try that one. I'm sure AI Minds. That one's for sale for $4,200. AI Creative. That one's not available, but it's not for sale. So, okay. AI Power. Let's try that one. So, okay. All right. So this one is also, this one is also for sale. So, all right. What did this exercise teach us? It basically, the whole point of it was to get yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, if you guys are new here, or if this is the first time you're kind of stumbling upon me, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that like button, that would be awesome to get the likes up on the live stream. So, all right, so we covered this. So, the whole point of this little exercise was to see, okay, we're gonna have ChatGPT come up with some names for us and see if they're available. So that's definitely one way that you can approach this, unless you have something in your mind, something in your head that you can type in. For example, we could even do something like, how about, let's see here. I don't want to take up too much time because I don't want it to be, you know, to us to kind of go on and on about this, but yeah. So Boogie asked, if you typed domains that aren't for sale, wouldn't it give you answers of domains that are all taken? So yeah, sorry, I think I'm getting confused too, Boogie. So domains that aren't for sale, meaning that none of the domains are free. I mean, none of the domains are available. So aren't for sale. I guess when I typed that, I thought aren't for sale would mean that they're free and nobody owns them. So, but that's okay. I I think I'm confusing myself too. So it's all good. So anyway, we can move on. We can move on because I know people are going to be dropping like flies here if we hang on to this little part of the exercise. So anyway, I think that was a great. I mean, this just showing you how you can use ChatGPT to kind of come up with maybe some ideas for domains. And that's the thing is we can come back to this every time during the process. So it doesn't have to be just with this prompt. I just kind of came up with a prompt off the top of my head. Um, as you guys can see, it's not very good. So all right, so we're gonna go to the first tool here, and this one is called expireddomains.net. So this tool right here, what it's gonna do is it breaks it down. So it's gonna sort by deleted domains. So what does that mean exactly? So if a domain is deleted, that means that the owner, whoever owned the domain, whoever paid for it, they let it expire and nobody actually owns the domain. So we can click right here under deleted domains, and what it's going to do is it's going to give us a full list. So as you can see, there's 58,000 domains here that have been deleted or that nobody owns anymore. So let's see. I'm just curious. Let's see if we can find one that we can actually confirm. All right, how about this? Bats.app. So batz.app. Let's go back over here and let's search for that. So batz.app. Whoops. All right, that's actually true. So, all right, good. So we're starting off on a good foot on this one. So, as you guys can see, the list of domains, if it looks like they have a strange extension at the very end, like co.uk, these are domains from the UK. CZ is probably Czech, maybe. So these are from all over the world. So they're not just .com domains, which is what I think most people are probably used to. So if you wanted to just sort by the .com domains, we can click right here where it says deleted.com. All right, so now it brings our list down to 115,000. Okay, so just want to remind you guys, this is a free tool. All you have to do is sign up with an email account. I just use my Gmail account, so it's expireddomains.net if you guys want to check it out. I know there's like 3 chats going on, so we can just put it in. I can flip over to, you know what? I'll flip over here in a second, put it in the chat. So there's a lot of different headings that you can see right here. So obviously the domain is going to be here on your left hand side. So the domain, so what the domain actually is. Let's spot pick another one, just kind of like spot grab another one. So pro advice planning. Let's try that one. Let's see if that one is truly free. So pro advice planning. That's kind of long. So pro advice plan. Can you guys see how it's cool? All right, so that's legitimate. So that's valid. Can you see how when I was typing that out, the letters started to change? So pro.com is taken, pro advice is taken. That looks like for sale for $147,000. And then what was the last part? I already forgot. Planning. Okay. So as I'm typing these individual letters, you can see the color of the text change. So, all right. So pro advice planning. So what I'm doing here is I'm just validating. I'm just validating that this site is true and these domains are in fact available. So they're expired and nobody owns them right now. So you may be thinking, all right, well these are a bunch of random domains. Like, what is all this crap? Like, who cares? So the reason that this means something is mainly this right here. So when you're looking for a domain to potentially buy and then resell for a profit, in order to make a couple hundred, a couple thousand, or more dollars, you want it to have some sort of history. As far as like backlinks, which means if it's like a blog article, or it doesn't even have to be a blog website, but if people link their articles to this website, so let's just say yahoo.com. So people are linking to yahoo.com and on their website themselves. So anytime that you link from one website to another, that's called a backlink. So basically you're building up your authority and you're basically building up your website's exposure linking to different websites. So in the eyes of Google, it's a good thing. It means that you're connecting with more websites. So BL stands for backlinks. So, all right. So Sweetums asked, oh, so the two word ones are taken, and the 3-word ones are available and less profitable. Yeah. So I would say the 2-word ones, the ones that we did, Sweetums with AI, anything with AI in the name, because AI is on fire right now, and AI is, we've only been in this AI kind of world for a couple of years, and it's just exploding. So anything really with either AI in the word itself, the domain itself, or something with .ai, is definitely going to be probably hard to find unless you have a very custom brand that you're trying to build up. But if you're looking for something to sell, you probably want to find something that maybe expired. This is one of the tools we're looking at. So I would say, it's not necessarily like 100% guaranteed that domains that are longer, that have 3 words and more, are going to be less profitable. I mean, it is possible, but I think just the general rule of thumb is to try to keep it to 1 or 2 words, just in general, no matter what you're doing with the domain. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. So I know you can definitely make profit with any type of domain, but if you have something, the longer the domain is, or I want to show you, this is a red flag right here, crypto dash announcements. I mean, it sounds like, yeah, it might be a good choice, but anything, I would stay far away from having a dash or a number in the name. So for example, right here, duck-1212.com. I mean, you guys can obviously see like why, and this is just numbers. Like, I would highly stay away from this. So we want to stay away from any kind of numbers, any amount of numbers, and a dash in the domain name. So this one is actually nice and short, 5tans.com. So it doesn't have any backlinks here, but if you hover over this right here, it tells you the number of characters in the domain. So basically going down here, characters basically like the numbers or the letters. So we'll go here, and this one has 8. So I would say really anything, probably, the sweet spot is probably less than 15, to be completely honest, as far as having the length of the domain. So when you're looking here and you're looking at this list, um, even this one, I mean, her talk shop, that is, I mean, it's relatively short. It's 3 words, which, it's still pretty short and it's still easy to kind of remember. So I wouldn't necessarily write that one off totally. But if we look over here, we can see the length is 11 characters, and there's 4 backlinks on this one. And it looks like it was created in July of 2023. So another part of buying and selling domains is the domain itself. How much history, how much authority does it have? What is the history of the domain? How long has it been around? How long has it been online? Because the longer the domain has been online and it's basically building up this digital real estate of, backlinks and internal links and people commenting and engagement and that kind of stuff. So you really want to have a domain that has some age to it. If you're looking, you know, the I would say the better, the older it is, the better chance that you have that there's built-in SEO, search engine optimization, keyword searches and that kind of thing. So I know this tool is it's kind of a little basic looking, but I mean the layout is really nice. I mean they have the domain, then they give you everything on this side, all these little sub menus. So I'm gonna pause it right here. Do you guys have any questions? Anybody have any questions about this tool or what we've covered so far? I'm just gonna refill my drink real quick. All right, so Bookie asks, numbers and dashes make it look like it's an email, not a domain. Yeah, that's a great point, Bookie. Absolutely. I totally agree. Um, and to be honest, like everything I think that everybody's taught over the years and just whether it be YouTube videos, courses, whatever it is, people just, people that have been doing this for years and years and years and make, so much money. Everybody says don't put any dashes and don't put any numbers, just in general. Unless your brand is already established and that's part of who your brand is and you already have like this loyal following. If you're just getting started, like a brand new brand, I would say like 95% of the time or more, they're not going to have a dash in the name or a number. So you definitely want it to be one or two words for sure. If it can be one word, that's probably even better. Unless it kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit, like pizza party or something like that. That's really easy to remember, even though that's a little bit longer. It's still easy to remember. Hey, Sweetums. Oh, sorry, Bookie. Can you do AI.ai? Bookie was asking. Yeah, sure, no problem. All right, let's go back over here to instant domain search. I'm curious about that. So AI.ai. Whoops. All right, so it looks like that one is taken. But yeah, definitely that anything really AI I think is going to be um, more expensive. So let's just see like I'm just curious here. Let's go to GoDaddy. Okay, let's see. I'm just curious if it'll tell us. Okay, so let's do something like how about okay, I'm waiting for it to catch up. Pizza Party.ai. Okay, so I'm on GoDaddy. If you guys are familiar, GoDaddy is a domain marketplace. So I'm just going to search for pizzaparty.ai, and I just want to see if the AI version versus the .com domain is more expensive. Okay, so just to kind of go over, we talked about how AI is booming. Obviously, AI is still in its infancy. You can see .ai is trending. So even GoDaddy is saying the domain extension .ai is trending. So pizzaparty.ai is $54.99, and that's with a 2-year term. So if we go down, something like, and I would never recommend these, but pizzaparty.online, pizzaparty.store, and pizzaparty.email, they all go for $9 versus $54.99. So, and then if you scroll down, here's one that it's basically suggesting. All of these ones over here are ones that it's suggesting. Kidpizzaparty.com, buy now for $5. Um, and then you can kind of see these other ones. So anything really with .ai. So we can even just do it. How about um, how about designstudio.ai. Okay, so this one's taken, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys that this definitely these are more expensive. So if you did something like Design Studio NYC, you could get that for a penny. So when we're sitting here and we're trying to figure out like these domains, even designstudios.info, I personally would not go with anything but .com. That's just my personal opinion. I think you have the best chance of actually making a sale and making money if you have a .com. So um, the only other one that I would recommend to you guys to purchase it would be .ai. And .ai is going to be more expensive, but if you have something that is really you feel like is really a brand could really latch onto or is really catchy and it's one or two words. We got pizza going around here. I heard somebody got monetized, so we're gonna get around to pizzas. Anybody want pizza? Is there a pizza emoji in there in the chat? I love that. That's so funny. Hey MC, how you doing? Great to have you here. So for everybody that's new, we're multi-streaming, so we actually have three different streams going on following the same content. So we have one over here on the shorts feed with just my face, one with the full desktop screen, and then we have another one with the shorts feed with my video on top and then the desktop underneath. So if you guys are just seeing my face and you want to see what we're looking at, go to the main channel page and you can select one of the different streams under live. So okay, so let's go back over here to deleted domains. Not only can you sort by deleted domains, but .com, but you can sort by .net, .org, .info, .biz, and so forth. That's the only thing is I wouldn't really suggest going through and doing .net or .org, mainly because I think they're not as profitable for sure. So all right, that's the first tool. So hope you guys like that tool. That was expireddomains.net. So again, this is totally free. All you have to do is sign up with your email address. Um, this is a second tool that we're going to take a look at. It's called spamzilla.io. And contrary to the name, this definitely won't spam you. It's 100% legit. So you don't have to worry about it. This is the tool that I was talking about that you actually have to see how it says upgrade to premium. So we can't actually type in a keyword or anything, or else it pops up with one of those. Hey, don't forget to pay um, $100 or whatever. Not $100. It's not $100. It's like $37. So you type in a domain name and it says, "Hey, I want $37." So it doesn't mean that Spamzilla is a bad tool. It just means that if you want to get more of a view, um, then you have to pay for it, right? So which is fine. I mean, they got to make their money too. But we do have enough. We do have enough of an example here that you guys can see how this works. So basically, what we're looking at here once again is a domain on the left-hand side down here, and then it's going to tell you the source. So anything that has this little icon right here, it's going to be GoDaddy. So GoDaddy auctions, all the ones here, these are all ones that are for sale. So let's just check this against. Let's kind of validate this um, against our instant domain search tool. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go back over to instant domain search, and this one was henrikstamp.com, right? So let's type this in. Let's copy paste that. Okay, so looks like this one is taken. So I'm guessing that this, let's see. Okay, so I see. So the other one that we looked at, the other tool that we looked at was expired domains, right? So those were actually legit expired, like right now, like in this moment. But this, what Spamzilla does is it tells you when the domain expires right here. So all the way at the far right side, you can see when it expires. So what are we, October 8th? So this one actually expires in, well, tomorrow. It says 4 hours. So this website is australiaphoto.com, and Spamzilla does a great job of kind of combining all this information, and it tells you, okay, this is for sale for $79. So what we can see here is it tells you the source. So it's going to tell you where's the domain. So whether it be GoDaddy, it's going to be Namejet pre-release. So basically this is about to go on the auction block is basically what it says. So TF is trust flow. So what is trust flow? Trust flow basically means it gives you a number of how well the domain can be trusted as far as like in the eyes of Google and SEO. So obviously the higher the number, the better it can be trusted. So then we go over here to citation flow, and this one, I'm not sure what citation flow is. Let me see if we can open this. Let's see what pops up here. See if it'll tell us about citation flow. I'm not sure actually what that is, but I haven't heard that term. But if we go over here to backlinks, you know, we're familiar with backlinks because we took a look at it on the last expired domains website. So backlinks right here, how many, look at this. 69,000 backlinks right here. maconworks.com. And then it's going to tell you that that blows me away actually. That's a lot. That is a lot of backlinks. And also here, goswampdogs.com. This one has 49,000 backlinks. That's pretty crazy. So then it tells you exactly what it is. So what is the topic? What's a niche for the actual domain? So this one says society/organizations, business, construction or maintenance, and society or government. So it's in English. And then what is this? Oh, domain authority. So domain authority and backlinks, those are all metrics that kind of combine together to dictate whether a website is trusted, whether it's like an authority, meaning it has a lot of information about a certain topic. So for example, if you have a blog about maybe cars, like automotive, that kind of thing, the more articles that you write, the more people that backlink to your articles and vice versa, and the more people that you have sharing your articles, that builds up your what's called a domain authority, which is known across the web as a metric for determining how valuable a website is. So remember, when we're thinking about a website, I mean, it really is like a digital real estate, a piece of digital real estate, because not only do you own it like real estate, but it also is an investment. So you're investing in it, but at the same time, you're building something on top of it, you know, like a house, but you're building a website, or it could be something else. And maybe you're using for affiliate marketing. You could be putting affiliate links on your website, that sort of thing. So the domain authority is also a very, very important number when it comes to thinking about what domain would it be worth it to go after this domain, depending on what the price is. So how are you guys doing? Does anybody have any questions? I want to make sure I kind of pause through and answer any questions. I don't want to blaze through this too fast here. Okay, I'm just going to make sure, check these real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's go back over here. Hey everybody, how you guys doing on the mobile feed, the shorts feed? Thank you guys so much for joining. If you wouldn't mind double tapping the screen so you can give the video a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is going to give you, it goes through and it gives you a bunch of metrics that you may or may not only do you may or may not need right in this moment, but you don't understand, which is okay. So this is just a free tool to actually go through and actually figure out, all right, what are some of the domains that might be available. So let's check that one that has, so Macon Works. I'm just curious. So this one, let's highlight that again. Okay. So, all right. So it looks like date added 10/2 expires 10/12. So let's see. So this is being listed through GoDaddy auctions. So I'm just curious. Let's click this and let's see where it takes us here. Okay, so as you guys can see, we clicked on this one right here, Make On Works. It has an insane number of backlinks, and the domain authority is pretty good, 25. And it looks like it is for sale on GoDaddy, and it looks like the starting bid is 25 bucks, our current bid, so $25. So basically, you can bid 25 bucks, and it's on a bidding system. Look at that, 21 years. Holy moly. That is pretty nuts. To have 21 years, to have a domain for 21 years is pretty crazy. And the appraisal for this domain, and this is just an estimated appraisal through GoDaddy. They have their own automated like appraisal algorithm that they kind of put together. So this in no way, shape, or form is guaranteed. It doesn't mean that if you buy this domain for 25 bucks and you get it, it doesn't mean you can flip it for 1400. But it just gives you an idea of, okay, what is the range that this domain could potentially go for. So, and then it's going to show you comparable domains with the word works in them, and this is what they sold for. So I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, if you scroll up here, you're looking at the minimum $295. So, and it's got about 70 monthly page views. So this might be, you know, I'm just kind of giving you guys an example. This might not be a domain that you want to go out and purchase, but just to kind of see how it works. So let's pick another one here with okay, so we want obviously the backlinks. So let's go down. How about this one? Go Swamp Dogs. I'm not sure what this even is. So let's click this one actually. So it's going to open up GoDaddy auctions, and let's take a look. All right, current bid 25 bucks again. Estimated value 738 USD. So the domain is 19 years old, almost 19 and a half years old. The reason that I would, to be honest, the reason I would probably stay away from this domain is because it seems like it's very, very specific, very like kind of siloed. Like I don't know many like swamp dogs, so I don't know if that means, if that might be a term or like some kind of like school or like a mascot or that kind of thing. So I would probably stay away from that, if just solely for the reason that the majority of the people probably, that doesn't mean anything to anybody. So you want to look for something that is a little more, I guess, kind of not necessarily vague or general, but something that it makes sense to people. So when they see it, for example, maybe this one right here, hologram. I think that is probably a play off of like hologram. So let's just type this in, hologram. Okay, so let's click on this. Do these all start at $25? Let's see. I'm just curious now. Yep, this one starts at $25. It's got, so it looks like there was one bid on it. Estimated value is 1900. So when we're talking about flipping domains, this is basically the true sense of what it means. So using a tool like this, using a domain search tool to search for not only expired domains, but when domains are actually going to expire, the true date to when they're going to expire, and then making a move and seeing if you take a look at the price, is it worth the gamble to gamble on the price and see, all right, how much money could I potentially make? So you kind of use the price of whatever the lowest bid is in conjunction with the appraisal. So for example, you can see on this hologram.com, we would have to bid 30 bucks. So if you bid $30, and the estimated value according to GoDaddy is 1900, you're like, well, if I bid 30 bucks and I make it, or I win the auction and I take control of this, I'm only out $30, that kind of thing. So, but I have the potential to earn, let's just say I could sell it for maybe 1,000 or more, or even if you sell it for 500 or more, you're still making, you know, whatever, how many times that is. Excuse me. So that is the process, or like the workflow of domain flipping right there. Essentially buying low and then selling higher for profit. And obviously we know not every domain that you buy for low you're gonna get, you know, thousands, tens of thousands, or $100,000. But these little wins start stacking up. So if you can find something that's, let's just say maybe $50 or less, and you have a little bit extra money that you can put towards this, if this is a side hustle that you want to start, um, you can actually, you can invest in a couple different domains. And then basically what you're doing is you're going to gamble, and you're going to take this opportunity to see if somebody would want it. So once you come up with a domain, then what? Like once you take ownership, either through like an auction site like this, or coming up with a domain yourself. So then what do? How do you sell it? So we're going to move over to the next tool, and the next tool is called Afternic. So Afternic is basically like a domain marketplace to sell domains on. So we're going to go over here to Afternic, and I want to show you this domain that I bought for just about $1, and I listed it for $99. So if you take that, bought it for $1, I didn't buy any of the extra stuff. So I didn't buy any of the extra email, the protection. I didn't buy any of the website or anything, the email that's connected to it. I just bought the domain itself, so like the URL. So bought it for like $1, give or take, and then sold it on Afternic for $99. And of course, you know, they have to take their little cut. I think I ended up maybe with like $88, $89. So I think they took about, I think I got more than that. I think they took about like $8 or $9 from the sale. Afternic did. So if you're not familiar, Afternic is a company that's owned by GoDaddy. So let's take a look at Afternic here. So if we go to portfolio, you can see all the domains that you have for sale. Um, and these are all domains that I had in the past, in a past life. Don't have them anymore, but these are all domains. Let's see what this is in review. What does that mean? Okay, so once you come in here, you want to list a couple different domains if you want to use Afternic. So we're going to go down here, and if you want to add your domains, all you have to do is click on Add Domains right here, and then you can type in your domain. So we'll just type in the domain, and what you can do is you can either type this, like this, hit type it like that, or you can do a comma in between. So if you wanted to list it by that, or you could do it like this. So that's how you would go through and add your domains. So, and then once you're done with that, you can click on next. And this is probably gonna, it's probably gonna bomb out because we don't really own this domain. And then basically what you would do is you would say, okay, there's an estimated value. If you own the domain, it would actually put in an estimated value for you. So GoDaddy would go through its appraisal process, and it would put in an estimated value. And you can either add in a buy it now price, which basically means it says it's a binding price that will be shown in Afternic's partner sites that allows somebody who's interested in it to purchase it right then and there. So buy it now price is immediately. You're going to buy it right away. So you don't have to worry about anything else as far as any other fees coming out or anybody outbidding you. Buy it now is basically like the price, like your crown jewel price, whatever the price, the your just the one price that you want. That's what you would put for buy it now. So, and usually people put it a little bit higher. That way, they kind of work in a little bit of buffer just in case somebody would actually pay it. If they really want a domain that bad and they want the domain that you're selling, then maybe they'll pay a little bit higher price. So, and as you can see down here, when you use Afternic's name servers, which basically means, you know, the DNS is part of the domain. So when you're transferring it, if you transfer it to Afternic and GoDaddy, the commission rate will be reduced from 20. So Afternic, the standard commission rate that they take is 25%. But that'll be dropped down to 15% if you transfer your domain over to Afternic. Okay. All right, let's see, where were we? Okay. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing out there? Does anybody have any questions? All right, we are just going over and talking about domains, and we're going through and we're looking at Afternic right now, and this is how you add domains if you were going to add them to their marketplace to sell them. So if you go back over here to GoDaddy, you can also do it this way. So if you type in a domain, if you find a domain that you might want, um, and you can even just do here, start with AI domain search. So GoDaddy has a built-in domain search for AI. So you can basically domain tool. So you can go in here and you can actually type in a prompt. So we could say something to the effect of, let's see, a business teaches people how to make money online and build passive income. Okay. So let's see what GoDaddy has for us. So it's going to go through and it's going to give us basically different examples of what it thinks a domain would be for us to choose, like what we might want in a domain. So this is pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely like another version of ChatGPT. Hey, Bookie, sure, no problem. Okay, so Bookie's question is, I have a domain. It's about to expire, but it's not anything anybody would want except me. Do I renew it at a higher annual price or let it lapse and buy it like a first time buyer again? So that's a great question. What I would do honestly is if it's something that you know for sure that nobody's going to scoop up if it lapses and expires, um, I don't see why you couldn't just buy it again, right? So I'm wondering if, and I've never actually done this before, so I'm wondering if there is, you know, something within GoDaddy or whatever domain marketplace, if they have some sort of record of, you buying it with, your name, your address, credit card, that kind of thing. Um, I wonder if I like honestly, I'm not sure if there's any kind of I guess provision in place with like GoDaddy or the different domain marketplaces that would potentially block you from doing that. I'm not saying there is, but I've actually never done that before to kind of basically like buy it low. Um, I'm just curious. So what's the renewal like? How much more is the renewal versus um, the original price? Hey Nouveau, how you doing? Boogie says, I don't remember the renewal price versus signing up for the first time, but I know it's like a difference of $14.99 for the first year versus $100 a second. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely quite a jump. I gotta be honest with you, if this domain is something that you're not like 100% attached to, and there's no, I want to say emotional attachment, or you're not currently using it for a business or an idea that you have in the future, if you're totally neutral to letting it go and then attempting to buy it again, that's probably what I would do. But if you think for a second, you're like, well, I don't know, I might use it for something or whatever, then maybe hold off. And the reason I'm a little hesitant is because I've never actually done it before to where I let a domain lapse and then try to buy it again with the same account, name, address, credit card, that kind of thing, email address. So the only thing I could think of, and if it doesn't let you buy it for whatever reason, you may just if you're able to, you may just have to use potentially maybe a different credit card or that kind of thing. I'm not 100% sure on that, but so what I would do is I would say if you're not using it and it's not like business related, um, yeah, absolutely, that would be awesome, Bookie. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm super curious because I've never actually done that before. To be honest, I've always let all my domains, like the ones that I'm like, I bought them to try to resell them. I put them up for like, close to a year or whatever, and none of them made any. Not none of them, but some of them didn't make any movement. I just kind of let it go. I let them go, and obviously that's kind of like, to each. Hey, Elisa, how you doing? That's kind of like basically whatever your personal preferences, whatever you like. So, hey, how are you guys doing over there? Hey, if you guys are enjoying this, we're talking about flipping domains. If you wouldn't mind double tapping the screen or giving it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna go through, and so we use this built-in GoDaddy's AI tool to kind of guide us and see if we can come up with some domains that are available. And what it does is it's going to tell you, you can even just type in here the more specific you are, by saying, look, I only want a .com domain. I only want kind of like what we did, like a prompt that we used, similar to like ChatGPT. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that here in GoDaddy. So okay. No, those are great questions. I just wanted to say, does anybody have any questions? Any other questions here? If you guys are new here, definitely please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. We talk about all things about how to make money online on this channel. So we have everything from affiliate marketing to side hustles to graphic design to print on demand. We do a little bit of everything. Everything is a step-by-step tutorial, so you're seeing it straight over the shoulder. So basically, I'll share my screen on every tutorial that I do, and that way you can see where I click, how I click it, and explain it along the way. So I try to make it very, very viewer friendly as far as following it, making it so if you need to stop, kind of pause the video and then get back into it, um, along with all the videos that whatever I claim to have made on the video, I show proof in the video as well. So you can definitely rest assured that everything is valid and it's clear as day on the screen. So we're starting to do these lives here about once a week. So we definitely love to have everybody come back and join us. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you'll be reminded whenever we go live or whenever we post a video. Um, we just did a video on 15 side hustles ideas for 2025, so definitely check that out. That was a really fun one to make. It was a little bit different for me because I'm used to kind of doing these tutorial videos where I share my screen, but that was more of me talking, and so that was just really fun to kind of do a different style of video. So but that's awesome. Not a question, but I looked up gozaddy.com and it's taken. So Zaddy is so what is, I've heard that before. So what is Zaddy? That term. What is, in other words, like what does that mean? I'm super curious. I've seen that around. Let me just take a look at the other chats here real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Is an attractive old man. Nice. That's awesome. Go Zaddy. GoZaddy.com. That's awesome. I actually think that's a great place to end this. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think we kind of covered everything about flipping domains on this live stream. I I really appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so much for joining. Whether you join live or whether you're watching the replay, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the supporting the channel. If you guys wouldn't mind on the way out, double tapping the screen if you're on the shorts feed or hitting the like button if you're on the desktop or laptop. I really appreciate it. Um, we're doing these lives once a week now, so definitely come back and check it out. Every time we're coming up with new ideas, new topics to cover to really show